What's good, guys? It's your boy Benedict Easy, aka Benny Mannequin, coming to you live from the Mannequin studio. Anyways, this is a very different type of video today. I'm not really doing anything crazy. I just wanted to would I say motivate? But I saw that from my last video. You guys liked when I reviewed my first year portfolio, which is my freshman year portfolio of school. So I'm going to be reviewing my second year portfolio in this video. Hopefully you guys get to see the growth. If you haven't seen that first video, I'm going to put the link up here somewhere, but go check that out. And without further ado, let's check out what your boy was doing in sophomore year, my second year. So my sophomore year, this was the first project. Yeah. So in my sophomore year, this was the first project we were giving. This is the Chestnut Hill Reservoir. Was supposed to make a meeting space. Nothing really severe. More like a meeting space at this place in Boston called Chestnut Hill. One thing I always wish to this day is that I got this project now. Well, I got this project when I was in like my senior year, because if you guys can see, this is overlooking the water. And if you know anything about architects, I personally love designing things over water, just because like it just gives that very nice view. You know how it is. Everyone would always love to live or stay somewhere close to the water, because the water is such a perfect aesthetic to buildings. That I feel like it's not used enough, but when it's used in a good way, it would just be like that. But anyways, as you can see, I started to switch on to using softwares. This is like my first quick stab into like kind of using Photoshop and AutoCAD. I was using AutoCAD and Photoshop in this time, and mind you, this was 2016. 2016 summer was when I worked at an architectural firm in Nigeria, and that was when I learned how to use Photoshop for the first time. So this is like my first time back from working with a firm that I started to use Photoshop. Why do I keep doing that? I started to use AutoCAD in my own personal schoolwork. So as you guys can tell, I started to kind of big up myself. As you can see, this drawing was this is like a basic plan. But moving on to this section, you can start to see like, okay, your boy kind of had an idea of what he was doing. So I was starting to get in like a good cruise. I started to play with like shadows, started to play with Photoshop, started to understand how to blend in people, how to scale people into the drawing to kind of give the drawing some context. I'm gonna zoom in. Can I zoom in? Can I? No, I cannot. But you guys get the drift. Just zoom in. If I was to zoom into this picture, you can start to see that I have some trees in here. This is a sun study, by the way. This is amazing. Like now that I look at it right now, I'm just like I get the idea, but some of the things like, come on, like some of the things that I did obviously were like not possible. Like for example, you can see this guy that's like literally sitting on the ledge. Like I get the point. In the space, people actually do sit on the ledge, but the way I have drawn it right now, he's gonna slide off. So that's, by the way, like it's a rookie mistake. This was my first year of my sophomore year. And by the way, guys, as you guys can see, like my work is really not even anything special. I was and I still am just a guy getting through, understanding. Like I said, I'm still young. I'm not like a full-blown architect that's designing his own buildings. I'm still going through my journey. So it's just so take these videos as sort of like I don't want to say motivation, because I don't think I can really motivate anyone, but I'm just sharing my journey online, and hopefully, and I'm just sharing my journey, not even just in the architectural field. I'm just sharing my journey as a diary for myself in the next couple of years. But anyways, yeah, these are some sun studies. I don't even know why I did sun studies like that. At this time, you can start to see, honestly, you can see that I just started like understanding how to use Photoshop and all those things. So this is very funny. Let's go back and read the comments, because last time we saw the comments. Let's read the comments and see what people had to say about that. So someone said, this was October 18th, 2016. Someone said, I'll be a liar if I said this design didn't make sense. makes sense. The concept again brilliant, but the cantilevered slab though, yeah, of course. Like as you guys can tell, I obviously forced it with the cantilever because realistically, I don't think that would really work. But yeah, that's what this guy said, and he says need some serious reinforcement to hold it firmly. Yeah, of course. Good. I appreciate these people, man. Like these are I feel like these kind of comments, like when I saw them at the time, like I was just like, are people actually like seeing what I'm posting and thinking this thing is good for me, like a first year student? But it was amazing to see. The next comment says, lovely, I must say, I'm not in the architectural field, but I understood what you were aiming at with your designs. Well done. Keep them coming. So yeah, guys, so go on I'm not, for the purpose of time, I'm not going to read like what I was trying to do. So the link, I'm going to put the link to the website down low. Go check it out, read, and probably you would understand. And then moving on to the next time, I feel like this one is like, this project was, this is like the first time that I was ever given the chance to do research. For this project, the way we do case studies, or the way I do it, I like to redraw the plan so that I can understand what the architect was heading at. And the reason why I do this, I would explain, is because when you redraw a plan, and when you're drawing a plan, which is AKA designing, you understand what you're designing because like you go through spaces. I don't know how to explain it, but for me personally, when I make designs or like make plans, I imagine myself in that space as I make the plans, which is the reason why you would want to use scales and all that. And when I'm doing a case study of a plan, the best way for me to understand it is if I take the same plan and redraw it. That's basically taking what the guy has done and putting myself in that space through my hand. But that's a very weird way of thinking, but that's just me. All the same though, my line weight in this drawing is good. I have really good line weight in my drawing. Like I think that's one thing that I understood at this time was line weight, which is good. This rendering, I don't even know why I did this. I know I was trying to illustrate rainwater falling from the roof because the roof of this building is slanted, and the purpose of, and the reason why that is slanted is because the architect was trying to do this whole renewable recycle environment where he used water, where he uses his roof to collect water, and then it's stored in a tank and it's refined and it's passed back into the house. So it was a really cool system, but the way I thought I could represent it, as you guys can see, that's a very poor representation of water, but that's supposed to represent water. So the water sliding down the roof, which was also what I was trying to go for with this image right here. But now that I look at it, I'm like, oh my god. Check out some of the render. Oh, that's a nice. Okay, you see, stop. Come on, you guys should clap. I'm just stop. Like, pause the video right now and just start clapping for me. Come on, like, this is a sophomore year Ben right here, and this is what I did in my sophomore year. I'm gonna zoom into it so you guys can see the detail. Like, oh my god. And mind you, I think these elevations, most of the drawings you find online, you won't really find elevations to them. So these elevations, I generated them myself based off understanding the building. And this is what I was talking about earlier about redrawing plans from other people so that you can kind of understand and put yourself in that space. Because I think with this project, I really soaked myself into the whole building design to understand exactly what the architect was like thinking while he was designing. So this is a very I'm going to give myself I'm going to clap for myself because this is a very nice rendering. I would say that for sure, especially for someone especially for someone in sophomore year. Yeah, of course. And the renderings, like I said, I mean, to be fair, this is a better push than my last one I just showed you guys. I feel like at this point I started to understand how to use like Photoshop to put shadows, Photoshop to insert. Like you can see that I started to do that, but I didn't understand that you don't just put materials at any scale into Photoshop and expect it to be like nice looking. And that's one thing I didn't understand. And I didn't add any much context to the rendering of this building. This was rendered in Rhino. I hated Rhino so much at this time because that was like my worst software. But this rendering though, pardon the trees at the back, but this rendering, the one thing I like about it is the fact that if you look at this pool, you can tell that like I photoshopped this pool in. So I basically just like got photoshopped like water and then copied this window there so that it looks like it's actually a reflection. So that's like the coolest part of this rendering. I know the rendering is honestly not the best, is very skewed, but that part I will give my younger self a very slight pat on the back, because obviously this is a very sucky rendering, but hey man, I tried. Cut me some slack, okay? Anyways, guys, that is it for my sophomore year portfolio. Sophomore year was very short for me because at my school, Wentworth Institute of Technology, in your sophomore year of architecture school, you get to intern. You get to go. You get to work for a firm for I think about 4 months or 5 months. So in that 5 months, instead of going to school, you'll be working, and then you go to school in the summer. So yeah, so that's why this was a short semester or whatever. Anyways, guys, hope you guys enjoyed that. Comment down below what you thought about my sophomore year portfolio. I know it's bad, but like I always say on this channel, I'm just trying to be as transparent as possible, because I understand that a lot of people are very insecure about this field, because honestly, architecture is a very iffy field, because you're never sure about what's going on until you start to understand what you're doing. So yeah, without further ado, guys, hope you guys have a good rest of your day, and I'll see you in the next video. Peace.